Hey everyone, in this video, I want to go over some of the things that you have to do for the pre-reading assignment. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Mind tab, and you're going to find the book. And you can see it there. It's just a little blue book. You're going to click on that, and the book is going to come out. Our book is going to look a little more like this. Notice that at the top, there are some arrows. You can click on the arrows to make the book larger, and you can click the X, obviously, to X out. Notice that the TOC, or the table of contents, is on the upper left, and at the bottom there is a toggle that will help you jump throughout the book and the sections of the book. I want to go back to the table of contents, and when you click on that, the table of contents is going to pop up. And you'll notice that the first chapter we're going to do is chapter 1. So you're going to click on that, and it'll look something like this. If you scroll down, you'll see the entire outline of the chapter. And so this is kind of what you're going to look at in order to do the pre-reading. Notice that there are the sections, which 1-2, and then there are subsections that usually have a letter. So 1-2A, 1-2B, 1-2C, etc. These are the ones you're going to use in order to write your pre-reading. You'll notice that I put some of them into the pre-reading rough draft. And you'll notice that I highlighted them. This is especially important when you do your final draft, which is going to be handwritten. So I can very quickly see what is a section, a subsection, what is vocabulary or notes or something else. And there you see that there is the section and the subsection. Can you write some bullet points for the section? Yes, I want you, these are your notes, and so I want you to do them the best way that you can for you. Also, you'll notice that there are vocabulary that you need to include. There's usually a lot of vocabulary. There might be 60 words of vocabulary. You obviously don't have to do 60 words of vocabulary. You can, they're your notes, and they could be as elaborate as you want, but you want to hit just those minimums so that you can get all of the points that you can. In the chapter, you'll notice that some of the terms are kind of highlighted in blue. And if you click on them, the definition is going to pop up. And that will help you to do your definition sections. Or maybe you're just going to include some of the definitions in the actual bullet points. And that's fine as well. Please, when you are taking pictures of your handwritten pre-readings, don't do it like this. This makes it really hard to read if you take them at an angle. And of course, the sharper the angle, the harder it is to read. Take the picture always from up top. So like even this one, which is a little bit messy, because the picture is taken from up top, is going to be easier to read. Obviously, make sure that your pictures aren't blurry or too dark so that I can't read it. I want to kind of very quickly hit on what I'm going to grade for. First of all, if you turn anything in, you're going to get 40 points so long as they look like notes from the chapter. If you do a handwritten final draft, you get the extra 10 points. I'm going to look that your final draft includes highlighted or color. I put it here like the titles in green, the subtitles in yellow, but I don't care which color is which so long as they are different. Or if you don't have highlighters, but you have a different color pen or a colored pencil, I'm not looking for your notes to look like my notes. I just want them to look organized. The idea is that the more time you take on them, hopefully the more that you are looking over them and reading them, and they're helping you. Make sure that your bullet points look different, usually because they're not going to be highlighted. But also, if you're wondering, what do I include as a bullet point? Maybe the section talks about a theory or a researcher, some fact that stood out to you, some study that was described, or just anything else that kind of stood out to you. Remember that you can make your notes as elaborate as you want. But as far as what you're turning in, If they're very simple, that's fine as well. I'm not looking for your notes to be like super long. I just want them to be organized to help you. Your final draft should be at least 3 pages, or if you're doing flashcards, at least 20 flashcards. That's going to include the vocab and sections. Make sure that your file is legible, both in your handwriting, but also when I download it. Please make sure that I can read it. So if you use a Mac or Google Docs, you might have to save your file as a PDF or a MS Word or MS PowerPoint file. Please don't turn in 10 pictures, 10 JPEGs separately. Put them all into one document. And very quickly, let me see if I can show you that. Let's say that this is my rough draft that I did. I'm going to click on Insert. I'm going to click on Pictures from this device. Then you got to find your pictures on your computer. You're going to highlight all of the pictures that you're going to insert. I just have random pictures of notes here. And then I'm going to click Insert. Now, usually Word will make your files large, but if it doesn't, please click on it and make it as large as possible so that it's legible. And again, here we would make this one a little bit longer. In this case, you'll notice that this person kind of drew some things in there, but maybe you don't want to draw them on your notes and you just have a picture from the internet that you want to include or a chart that you found. Well, you know what? You can just go ahead and paste that picture to wherever you want it to go. Finally, if you do not handwrite your notes. In other words, you just do the typed rough draft. Of course, I will accept them and give you points for them, but I will take a total of 20 points from that. 10 points because it's not handwritten and that's part of it. And then since you don't have any pics to make legible or to put in order, I take those 5 points from each of those as well. And so you can get an 80% for turning them in as just typed notes. I definitely recommend that you get all of the points, but for example, if you're behind and it's just going to take you too long to do the handwritten portion, maybe you just want to turn them in as typed. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please make sure that you let me know. The best way to get in contact with me is through Canvas.